Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel for another brand new Star Wars The Black Series action figure review. We're going to be continuing to make our way through the Maul Shadow Lord wave today by taking a look at Devon Izara. Taking a look at the packaging first, as you can see, it's the standard Black Series box style. It's been coloured in red this time as part of the Maul Shadow Lord subline. It says the character name on the right hand side along with the number this figure is in the wave. On the side of the box we've got the mural artwork, of which we've come to expect across the Black Series for the last 5 or 6 years. That's then repeated on the back of the box in a much larger format, and there's a brief description about the Maul Shadow Lord series on the left hand side. Taking a look at the figure itself now, and as always we'll start with the details first. But what do you guys think of this character? Because there is a little bit of mystery surrounding it. Is it an original character for the series? Is it going to be a canon interpretation of Darth Talon? And will we perhaps see some of George Lucas's sequel trilogy ideas explored throughout this show? Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, but I for one am very excited to check this series out in a few days' time. So looking at the head sculpt first, as you can see, this is a Twi'lek character. She's got the leku that run down the back of her head there, along with the headdress that keeps those in place. It's a very nice translation of an animated character into the live action world of the Black Series once again. Something I love to see with these animated shows is when the Black Series can take characters, pull them off the screen, and introduce that real world element. The face printing has been detailed very well. She's got this brown robe that wraps around her shoulders. It is made of hard plastic, but I think that's a good choice due to the way it's sculpted around the neck to give a scarf-like appearance. At this point in the timeline, the Jedi are all but extinct. They're on the run, in hiding, so this cloak lends itself to that little bit of storytelling, and it's a great inclusion with the figure. The rest of her outfit is very basic, but very practical. Some nice line work has been sculpted into the top there. And then on the arms, she has a green shoulder pad with a grey undersuit that then follows down to a grey cuff at the wrist, of which is slightly exposed just before we get to the hands. Some parts on this figure have been reused. The hands are one of them. These have been reused from the Endor layer that we saw some years ago now, and so have the legs. But I think this is smart reuse. It doesn't go dreadfully noticed on the shelf, and these figures are far enough apart to where you're not going to be worrying about that, I don't think. She's got a very nice belt there that's been sculpted and detailed with some good paint apps. There's a small hook there for the lightsaber to store on, but we'll take a look at that in some more detail later in the video. The legs are in a light blue colour. They've got a stripe running all the way down the side of them that then leads to the boot. Very simple design, but as we've seen with this wave, less is more. This is a character that's trying to be inconspicuous and not stand out, and I think the figure conveys that idea very well. Removing the cloak now, just so you can see the outfit unobscured. It is removable, and it's very simple to do that. You just have to take the figure's head off, which is connected via a small ball joint, and then the cloak will lift over the neck peg, and you can see that all the details I've previously mentioned continue under where that cloak would sit. Lots of nice line work on the upper chest and the lower neck piece there. And you can also get a better look at those emerald green shoulder pads, which really add a pop of colour to this figure and separate the more lighter tones of the costume throughout. I did also forget to mention that on this wrist here there are a few extra sculpted wraps, creating a little bit of asymmetry and adding a little more detail to the figure. And then with the cloak removed also, you're able to see the details of the belt that are usually hidden towards the rear. There is a small peg there for some lightsaber storage, which we'll take a look at next. Moving on to accessories now, and I don't really think it would be an accessory, but since it's removable, we'll just have a little closer look at it. There's the cloak. Just wanted to show you that because it's got some very nice textured detailing. Lots of nice wall textures have been used there. Does look very nice indeed. But then the only other accessory that she has is her lightsaber. As you can see, she holds it in her hand very well, even though the hands are reused from another figure. She'll have no trouble holding that in either one. Nice vibrant blue blade has been given to her this time. Don't think we've ever seen any weak blue blades in the Black series, but it's nice to see one that is properly coloured in this wave. Let's take that out of her hand now for a minute so you can have a closer look at the hilt. This is a really cool lightsaber design actually. It looks very industrial, but then it's got this sort of leather guard around the centre, which is very nice. And again, lots of nice sharp sculpt detail in there. You can remove the blade if you so wish. And then looking at the belt from earlier, you can take her lightsaber and pop that on the more traditional way, on the hook there, and have it displayed open to the world, hanging down the side of her leg. Or, in a very similar manner to Kanan and Jarrus, it's also got a peg on it, and then that peg can just be slotted into the back of the belt there. And of course, when the cloak is on the figure, the lightsaber will be hidden from view. Running over the articulation now for those that are interested. It's a moderately new sculpt, so as a result we've got a ball joint in the head itself and one in the base of the neck. This allows you to manoeuvre the head around a variety of ways to get those head tails out of the way for your poses. The shoulders are on a ball hinge. Unfortunately there is no butterfly joint on this figure, but I don't think it's that much of a detriment. The elbows are on the classic hinge and swivel, and then the wrists are on the old style joints as the hands are reused. So this side will go up and down, more of your roll of the dice movement, and then this side will go in and out, more of a flex movement there. She then has a ball joint at the lower torso, which has got some fantastic range of movement, and the belt is a free floating piece so that you can position it around that. She'll have ball joints at the hips, and then because the legs are reused from Endor Leia, as previously mentioned, she does retain the classic thigh swivel. Hinge and swivel knees, again, very basic, and then hinged ankles. They've also got a rocker joint. So mostly what you would expect from a modern release. Obviously take into consideration a few older parts have been used, but I don't think that hinders the character, and I'm sure you're going to have lots of fun posing her up for your collection. And so that will just about wrap up my review on the Black Series Devon Izara. I can't wait to find out more about this character in a few days when the Maul Shadow Lord series premieres. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to the series in the comments down below, and what you think of this figure. Is it one you're going to be picking up, or are you passing on this until you've learned a little bit more about the character? I'll be back with another review very, very soon. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click that button below. Head over to Instagram and follow me there, as at the time of this review going live, there's going to be a HD gallery of this figure that you can have a look at. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and may the Force be with you.